I've been locked in. My brain tampered to think, ooh, this a white man's land. But I'm happy that I'm African American. Fighting harder cause I'm African American. Tell me, how can you hold a black man like me down? Martin had the dream, now I'm here to rebound it. Go and claim your crown, we're all kings now. Donald Sterling, what you said, technical foul. Now you kicked out the game, don't you see we run the shit? Shouldn't have never let us on the boat, overcame the shit. Vincent Van Gogh couldn't paint a better pic. And one starry night I lit up the earth quick. Cause I'm a god body, I made the Illuminati. Without this black skin you wouldn't be shit without me. So go ahead and sit down, your pope should pray to me now. The evil's been revealed, yeah, I'm heaven's hand me down. Yeah, I'm happy that I'm African American. Going harder cause I'm African American.
They pulled me over cause I'm African American. I started to get out and run like old Edgerian. Under investigation leading nations to the truth. Am I the book of Enoch from which we mock? They profiling all the African Americans. Forget religion, Jews is not your fucking reverend. God showed the heavens, Enoch told your brethren. Higher power descended with a message and a sentence. Enough Bible sat in church, searched for word. Found it when I got home, YouTube the unknowns. Marcus Garvey said we probably should just move back to safaris. My ancestors work for free, you think they wanna pay Jabari? Unless you hooping like Parker or foreign like Tony. You a second class citizen, a fortunate homie. Took so many classes, I don't know what second class is. And we changed the country, could've left this bitch as is. Calling culture on culture vultures who only prey on closed minds who so behind they only pray. They tried to lock me cause I'm African American. Privately owned prisons filled with melanin. Verbs and my niggas sell herb for my figures. Black youth, I'm plugged, you should see my tattoo. The response to the stimuli, you put a race under brace at it base and we still survive. So the logo is Jerry West, but we know what MJ did. I'm dropping 63 on Celtics, bitch. Masons, please gather, we gon' eat some chicken after. Educated nigga rapper, I ain't stunting for no. Yes sir. What you think?
Sometimes,
We just love you too. Let's just end all the games. 50 years later, the value of a skin never changed.
that song was written maybe 4 years ago.
Timeless.
Timeless. Until this fucking day, here we are dealing with this shit again. America. Again.
Wasn't it not too long ago Deontay Wilder was, till this day, like...
Till this motherfucking day.
Shit is a repeat every so couple of months when they ready for it to happen. I mean, they got control of the shit. They know what they do, and all this is not just... It's all planned, and it's all... Whatever's going on right now is what they want to happen. That's the crazy part. We got to outsmart them.
Steph, it's going to be a long night tonight. Listen, if you just checking in, my name is Julz Jones. This is my co-host, StephCutdaCheck. We usually have a lot of funny shit for y'all, but tonight, not so funny. Not so funny. Tonight, we get serious. We're going to talk about our country. We're going to talk about this land of free. 'Tis of thee. You dig? This shit was never for us, B. It was never built for us. Shit was never built with us in mind.
Shout out to Shifty. He couldn't be here tonight, but we about to hold him down. You know, this part one.
Shout out to all black men, including Shifty Rogers. Yo, shout out to all black men, even the ones who I don't get along with. Shout out to you. Yeah. We empowering each other. I don't want to see another black man speak ill word on his fellow brother. Because I don't know if you motherfuckers can see it, but we are brothers.
Man, like, we got to see it's time for people to see the bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Wake up.
The hood beef and all that was fun back in the day. It was cool, but now it's something different. Like,
where's your favorite rapper right now? Where's your favorite rapper?
Man.
Huh?
Me?
No, where, period. That's rhetorical. Where's your favorite rapper right now?
Right.
What is he doing right now? Talk to me.
My favorite rapper, T.I., did do a press conference. I mean, he kind of said a little bit of bullshit, but I appreciate him for at least using his voice to speak out and make the statement. Just like I appreciate Cole marching, you know what I mean, amongst the people and all the other celebrities, you know what I mean, like that's what I'm on a thin line about. Like, if you a celebrity, a black celebrity, must you say something about this, or is it okay if you keep quiet?
Must you fucking not? How dare you not?
Right.
Say something.
Exactly.
Where's the meetings? Where's the arrangement?
Exactly.
You see how them brothers, and listen, man, I ain't nobody. And this ain't about the celebrities, because we all in this. But
yeah,
economically, the celebrities have the money that, I mean, I gave Hov $300 for title over the years.
And they
got the bread.
Voice.
They have the platform, like we using our platform today. So I want to know, is the veil being lifted from America? Are we seeing the truth where it can't be hidden anymore, line one? Are we seeing the truth? Look at the streets.
Times
they're looting in
tell,
the streets.
but look, have we not seen the streets like this before? And then what happened? We go back to our daily living when things calm down until the next black person gets killed. And then we rioting, and then things calm down, and then we go back to our lives and make memes, and then we go, you know what I mean? Like, since Trayvon, 2012, like, that's what's been happening. Eric Gardner, everything. We go in the streets, we go crazy, and then it's over. And then we back, like, I mean, the corona's still going on. You know, they could try to sweep this under the rug, and then we focus back on the corona. Like, they got this agenda going on, man. Like, yeah, the veil is uplifted, but this is not the first time it's been uplifted. Are we going to be awake this time and organize and do what we need to do, or is it going to go right back over our eyes and we're going to be back to square one?
Okay, Steph. We rambling now. I got a topic. What would make a black person not participate in the revolution?
Now, when you say revolution, you mean the fight that could possibly take your life, like the fight that we in right now?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
There's a couple things for, like, the celebrities or the, you know, higher ups. It could be their brand or whatever. It could be whatever, you know, the same reason they're not speaking out. For the common man, maybe like myself, like, yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind. I'll go out there and be out there in the field, but at the same time, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a risk you taking. And me, my
15 minutes in,
I have a daughter to take care of. So, you know what I mean? If I'm out there and I get caught up in the riot, then, you know what I mean, I can't feed her no more. So that's something that I have to think about as well. As bad as I want to go down there and express my frustration.
Okay, allow me to tone it down some, because obviously the programming is being effective and we're talking about this. I want to say, if you are black, you have to be tired of this shit. You have to be. Not only are you tired of this shit, you're used to this shit. Think about that.
Right.
If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. You can't be on the fence sometimes. Damn it, Hov. You can't be with Roger Goodell. Shit is real. That's just the truth, man. I ain't nobody. I'm just a podcaster.
And we talking, we rambling. I mean, I haven't heard a whole statement or anything yet. Not saying, I mean, does he owe one? I believe as the leader of the fucking hip hop rap community, I mean, a statement would be nice. Jordan put out a statement. It don't matter. I mean, like, listen, it's just like,
what can we do on the local level? Because you know what?
What do we want? We want change.
Do it.
We want
celebrities
change.
Not going to do it for us.
So we need to speak up in order to get that change, because this rioting isn't going to bring the change. Like,
I tell you what, me and you could do. Me and you, because we got to talk man to man. We both black men. What we got to do, bro, one, is we got to economically look at where we place our money. What do we spend our money on, and who do we empower when we spend money? We have to start to think about that.
And it's crazy you mentioned that, because in this riot, black businesses are unknowingly getting destroyed too, just because people are really just going that crazy. Like, I thought, you know what I mean? They supposed to be attacking all the, you know, the white businesses, if that, you know, in the optics of what's going on. Like, black businesses are being destroyed too. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like if this was more organized, we could accomplish more. You know what I mean? Like, salute everybody that's out in the field. Like, you know what I mean? Salute everybody out in the field, like marching and on the front lines. Like, but Trump, I feel like Trump is going to give the go in a minute. Like, you loot, you get shoot. Like, them boys are going to start. And as soon as they start shooting the protesters, bro, it's a whole new life. Things is going to change. Like, it's going to be a
okay, Steph. You said Trump. I want to read something to you. Anonymous, which is, I guess, an anonymous public announcement group. They only come out and announce statements, right?
Time, man. They've been around for a minute.
Since 2003. I looked them up. So Anonymous been around since 2003.
That's a fact.
And it's funny because they came out with the Bush election time. So that's crazy, right?
Right.
So it says here, they released some documents, and this is allegedly about number 45. Mm-hmm. It says, defendant initiated sexual contact with plaintiff at 4 different parties. On the 4th and final sexual encounter with the defendant, which would be number 45, the plaintiff was tied to a bed and exposed by the defendant, meaning he flashed her or whatever, and then proceeded to forcibly rape the plaintiff. And then during the course of this savage sexual attack, the plaintiff loudly pleaded with the defendant to stop, but with no effect. The defendant responded by violently striking the plaintiff in the face with an open hand, right, and screaming that he would do whatever he wanted. And I mean, it goes on, line 1, it goes on to say that there's a witness that says, I personally witnessed or was made immediately aware of the 2 occasions where the Epstein guy attempted to rape and sodomize the plaintiff. And they got into an argument, basically. Now I'm paraphrasing. They got into an argument, number 45 and the Epstein dude, about, no, he got into an argument with the girl because allegedly 45 took her pregnancy at 13 or 12 years old, and he wanted to be the one to take her pregnancy. Now this is years ago, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to distract us from what's going on in them streets, but I'm saying you have to be in tune with everything. And Anonymous dropped documents that he clearly knew about these 6 and 7 year olds getting sodomized and signing off on things. And like, check this out, like, this is interesting, like, exposed by the royal family for having Princess Diana murdered, for having evidence that they had involvement in sex trafficking, along with Jeffrey Epstein, Naomi Campbell, Chris Tucker, and Oprah Winfrey, straight from Anonymous. So I've heard of these things, and you know, allegedly, if you Google Pizzagate or Out of the Shadows documentary, you can kind of get exposed to more of the information. And I hate to be a third party. I hate to be someone who's speculating based off somebody else's opinion. But I will say there's been countless and countless and countless evidence of mischievous things, of things being hidden in plain sight, of programming. I mean, just look at what television was invented for.
It's a
look what radio was invented
war. That's what.
Okay, so let me simplify it to a young listener. Right. You know how you want to be a rapper, you make a song and you say, I want this song to be on the radio. So you already know what to include as far as topics, which will be something destructive. And then you need to include repetitiveness, because repetitiveness gets into people's subconscious minds. You know, that's how you program something. You have to repeat the code in order to program. That's how that's how you're looking at me on my show. You see what I'm saying? So in order to realize the programming of what it's meant to be black, what they told you what it means to be a Negro, you have to deprogram yourself. You have to think about, why would I have to create this type of music? And this is what's being repetitively given to my people over and over and
Julz,
over.
What average person is going to think like that and think outside the box and realize that? Not many, bro. Not many.
That's disheartening, bro. I don't know what to say to those people, but evolution. We evolving, bro. There's a certain amount of black people, bro, who get it, who really get it, and they are evolving, and we are evolving at a rapid race, bro.
Yeah, very fast, because things are speeding up. Like the prophecy is being fulfilled. Like all this is pre-written and is going according to plan. Like,
so we got fake rioters, fake looters that are starting the problem, possibly an engine or a tool of the very same people who are being protested against. So this is all psychological warfare. That's the war going on. It's a war for your mind and your soul.
Spiritual warfare.
It's a spiritual warfare. This is not a fight for oil. This is not a fight for independence. This is a spiritual thing.
Eternity, man. Like you can't even really break it down and fathom what this fight is for, bro. Like history has been repeated like this so many times you probably couldn't even keep count. Like, and it's going to keep doing it. You know what I mean?
How do you feel, Steph? How do you feel being in the present time in 2020 right now, living in history? How do you feel?
I mean, you got to understand, like, where we grew up at. Like, you grew up in New York and South Carolina, so you got a flavor of both. You know, I've talked to young bucks in New York that don't come across white people, and the stuff I tell them that goes down in South Carolina, they're like, man, I'll be done bust this and that. And I'm like, yo, you'll be busting out people all day, every day. Like in the South, right. It gets you conditioned to a certain piece of racism that you are damn near almost forced to take unless you catching charges every day. Like that's how you know I grew up. So like I'm not programmed to it, but I'm hip to it. Like I get harassed and profiled twice a month, like because of how I look. Like I'm used to it, but you know I'm always on point. But
we potting now.
The thing is, like, yeah, I'm tired of it. I'm definitely tired of it, but we need to get organized and figured out what's going on because we are outnumbered. We in the streets right now looking like we running shit, but as soon as they got the go, we are outgunned. We are outnumbered. We can't fight them just like this. We can't.
People don't need to see what's gonna happen first of all. So get your ass up out them streets.
Bro, you know what I mean? The revolution will be televised. That's not
you yelling at the person who's doing it. So get out the street.
That's not a cliche for a reason.
Make sure your people's are safe.
We'll be
Make sure your people is safe. And so your people don't got to worry about your safety too.
That's a fact.
So get up out them streets. Julz is telling you that. Don't be the one. Don't be the fucking one. We gotta be underground with this shit. That's how the railroad work. The railroad. You feel me? You gotta be underground. Yo, each one teach one.
Julz, look at the agenda. Look at the Peyton Manning play.
Right. We went straight from COVID.
The coronavirus,
straight from the joint,
and then straight to let's kill a black man and raise people so they can riot together, get more infected, and then like this shit is so strategically put together. It's not no coincidence. It's not no events happening back to back. These are planned situations, and you got to realize that. You got to know that, and you do know that. Like, wake up.
You got the floor.
Don't deny it. Don't deny what you feel. Like, they don't train you how to use your gut feeling. Like, you know what's going on. Life is like a movie, and this is the craziest movie that I've ever seen.
You right. You absolutely right, bro. Keep going, bro. I just, black man, I want to give you the floor, man. Get it off. Get it off.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm tired of this shit, man. Like I've been profiled my whole life, B. Like especially growing up in Charleston, where the slaves got off the ship and built it on rice. You know what I mean? Like, and really built Charleston on rice. We were the last to give up the slaves. We grew up in something different. Like, we really grew up in that racism stuff. You know what I mean? And it got people programmed. You know, I'll talk to a lady and I'll be telling her, like, you know, I talked to this one lady and I was like, you know, you could sue for these you know, certain things that's going on in your workplace. And she's like, oh no, that's just the boss being the, you know, like that slave mentality, like the yes ma'am, the yes sir, that comes from the yes sir. Like that's where that respect and mannerism comes from. Like, yeah, you respect your elders, but that shit came from saying yes ma'am to the master, yes master, and yes, you know what I mean? That's where it came from. Like when you know your history, like, I mean, I don't want to get too deep in the rabbit hole, but like this shit is nothing new. Like what's going on, like they trying to plan the Civil War, they trying to get martial law instated. Like, so
for the listeners who wouldn't know what that is, just briefly explain what you know about martial law.
They're gonna say that Americans are wilding too much to the point where they need a curfew. And if something like, all right, so let's say this: how long until these riots, till somebody come with a stick and start spraying innocent people, white boy or black boy? When that happens, they're going to be like, yo, we taking all y'all guns, and they're going to come in and forcefully trying to take people's guns. People going to die, and then that's when things are going to get out of control. You know what I mean? Like,
that's facts. That's a fact.
That's going to be martial law. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because the plan is being executed. Peyton Manning just dropped back, and it's like, do your wide receivers open right now?
That's right. Shout out to my girl. She said, stop leaving the back door open. If you don't plan to come right back out. So shout out to her for telling me that. Yo, Black Queens, you heard? So listen, we back on it. Steph,
talk to me.
You just brought us to the rice fields. You know what I mean? What do you think is going to happen as a result of martial law if that was to be the case?
The agenda is going in full effect. We're going to see some shit we never seen or thought we would have seen before. You know what I mean? That's a step towards the New World Order, if you're familiar with that. Like,
is that inevitable too? Is that scripture too?
That's written, bro. That's written. Like, things are, like, everything is going according to plan as far as the prophecy, which, you know what I mean, is not saying it's fucked up, but it is what it is. But what role are you going to play? You going to be ready? Like, that's why I feel like, you know, I'm not scared to die because I'm ready. I know what's next. Like, the people that, you know, are in the gray area don't know what's next. They may be scared. Like, I'm not scared because the stuff I'm seeing, I've already known is supposed to happen. And when you're seeing it happen, that's just confirmation. You know, that's just me, you know, my spiritual warfare and the psychological warfare. So it's like, what are we going to do? What's going to really make the change? The rioting, us organizing, and us screaming our voices because they hear us, they see us, but they still not going to respect us. They still disrespecting us while we rioting. Like, I mean, when is it really going to change? It's all population control, man. It's like they setting up something for something bigger. Now, how they hire people and stuff, watch, they going to hire somebody to mess up one of these riots, and things are going to get crazy. Like, I promise you.
Well, you know how the crisis should go.
Bro, we living in some times that, you know what I mean, the world survived. Our kids are going to be reading about this in the history books. Like, it's the times we living in, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, scandalous.
I just want to know, man, how many people out there are not aware that there is a plot against you? Like, how many people don't know You was born in the fight, whether you like it or not.
People
You was
believe,
born in it.
people believe that it goes as far as the president, bro. They don't understand that there's higher ups that connect to people that are not even from this planet. I'm not even like, man, like, bro, you want to get into it, bro?
Talk to me.
Bro, man,
Talk
like
to
this.
me, man. We
The
party.
president is a pawn. Like, there's not people that understand that there's higher ups that's at a table that they take, you know, like Joe Rogan was breaking, he broke it. Like, they take the psychedelics enough to where they're in contact with these other entities who are anti-human. They saying the world is overpopulated. Put these hormones in the chickens. Like, get some of these numbers down. Get these people out of here. You know what I mean?
Could that be why the hospital always treat the symptoms, never the cure?
Exactly. That's why a lot of these things are in place, because they are listening to these entities thinking they're going to be rewarded in the end, when they are just anti-human, but they're just, you know, they're so high up, and you know that they're on these drugs, and like they're in control. When you say the higher ups, these are the ones in control. Donald Trump is not a higher up. We talking about
Right, he's a speech giver.
We talking about
a tweeter.
We talking about I ain't gonna even name drop, but we talking about those people. You know what I mean? Like
the folks.
You know what I mean? The ones that might not even be from here. You know what I mean? Like,
yo,
who knows? Like,
and not for nothing. Where's you brothers that's in gangs? Where's all that gang shit, B?
Elaborate on that.
I feel like if you in a gang and you can terrorize the neighborhood, you can also protect the neighborhood, and you can also take it to whoever needs to get took to. You know what I'm saying? If you are already delegating violence on innocent people, well, we got some people that's guilty out here.
But Julz,
that's our soldiers, man. The members, them bangers is our soldiers, man. Y'all are soldiers. Y'all are soldiers.
But Julz,
that's a fact.
You gotta look like how you understand that, and I understand that. Those gangbangers might not. They probably don't understand that concept, man, and that's why.
Nah, but they need to. Seeing. Y'all are soldiers.
Somebody needs leadership. Like, somebody needs to speak up that has a platform to where they can reach all of these people. Like, out there in LA, like Kendrick should be organizing and letting them boy know, like, this is what you need to do, or this is what you shouldn't be doing. Like, the people that'll speak to the common ears that's gonna listen. Those are the ones that need to be speaking, because they. So
how does this affect us listening to the music going forward with all this cap?
I mean, I appreciate the rappers that have been out there. J. Cole is solid. He was out there when Eric Gardner got killed. He was out there now. You know what I mean? As far
what
as
does that mean,
I know he's gonna address it.
What does that mean? I like J. Cole for the conscious thought that he pumped into the streams, into the listens, into for every Young Thug and all these other guys. You gonna get that J. Cole record, and I love that about him. But I'm talking about more than just being a rapper. I'm talking about the doctor that make 140 bands a year. Like, what is he doing besides going on vacation and smashing a shot chick? What is he doing? What are we doing? Like, we need to have movements, and it ain't about no standing out there with no signs looking stupid. B, nah, this about we need black social media outlets. Like, where's the black inventors at? Where's the black creatives at? Check in, man. We too busy on the clock sometimes, man.
On somebody else's clock for these.
We lulled to sleep.
Fucking us over.
We are lulled to sleep right now.
Modern day slavery, man. You work so hard to give you a hug for your family for the whole week.
We got a lot to pot about. StephCutdaCheck. This is the Janky Ramblers Party in the Living Room. Man, I'm going to take you to a quick commercial break, you know what I'm saying? And when we come back, we're going to get into a deeper dive. Yo, Steph, man, I love you, black brother, you know what I'm saying?
Love you too, bro, man. Shit, we back in what, 5:10?
Yeah, we back in 5. Actually, we back in 3. We on TV, B. Yeah. Alright, so enjoy the music. I'm gonna play some more. Let's get it.
All
man.
knowledge in the world belongs to everybody in the world. Yes. Who has programmed our mind in assuming that we cannot run a nation and run it well? Who has programmed your mind in thinking you can't make a car? The first man that made a car, they had never seen one previously. Who are you kidding about friends in the world? Damn it, if you want a friend, look in the mirror. Why are you buying third-rate junk from third-rate people thinking you can't make it?
Crush what you're holding and say no.
You know the last thing I want you to do is give me credit for having the baddest lady in the hood singing my records. The last thing I want you to do is see me reckless. I'm leaving what I preach, that's why the gospel in the records. The last thing I want you to do is to kill me, cause I'm already dead and with no post they still feel me. Yeah, the scholar, a rasta, no fear, I'm free. Awareness is key. A simple screen pass, but the juke got me 60. Car wash busy, Julz sounding like Drizzy.
I like to say I just want to win.
Our country wasn't good, they claim they make it great. They wanna build a wall so they can toss us over gates. I'm turning off the news, I'm putting down the J. I'm sleeping with my boo, my mind somewhere away. She worry about me, I tell her God don't make mistakes. Don't worry about us, babe, God don't make mistakes. Now in 8th grade I had a crew, they lived on other side. I'm from across the bridge, rap with my local guys. Wrote Playboy and my rap is certified. The youngest on the tapes rapping about that urban life. By 17, they had click. Probably just weeks before Soulja Boy shit. I was rapping about crime, I was a part of it. Evil around us from the start of it. To play a part in it was easy.
As a people, we have always been hospitable to strangers, mostly the wrong stranger. And what we have to understand now, in the period of superior brainwashing, is there is no European answer for African problems. Either Africans find a solution to African problems, or there is no solution. And if you don't find a solution soon, you go back into slavery.
No, I ain't nobody's slave. I ain't nobody's slave. No, I ain't nobody's slave. I ain't nobody's slave. I ain't nobody's slave. Gotta read my books, gotta do my work, cause I ain't nobody's slave. Gotta get up now and get a job, cause I ain't nobody's slave. Gotta clean my crib, cause I ain't nobody's slave. Nobody is my slave. And I ain't got no fucking slaves. Man, I gotta do my thing, cause I ain't nobody's slave. I gotta make a way, cause I ain't nobody's slave. Until I see the grave, tell them I'm nobody's slave. And even after I die, I was nobody's slave. Nay, hey, I ain't nobody's slave. Hey, hey, I ain't nobody's slave. Gotta free my mind, gotta watch these images, ain't nobody's slave. Gotta watch these boys and how they moving, do ain't nobody's slave. Yeah, told my boss I ain't nobody's slave. Told him walk me out the door, cause I ain't nobody's slave. Yeah, I started a business, I ain't nobody's slave. Yeah, I ain't nobody's slave.
I have no romance with any of them. I have a romance with reality and truth. And the chips can fall where they may after I tell it. As for friends, you have had no
friends. Damn. Powerful music.
Check this
I'm gonna
out.
give y'all one more.
Cause I want to
Go get your drink made. Go roll another one. Go use the bathroom.
You ain't got
Is
none
really
of
the
got
that.
you.
temptation on the planet. Yes, she's
This
the mom.
unreleased
But
Julz,
she
by the
created
way.
life, so she can also destroy life.
Free the creators.
She's the one that tempts
Love
everybody.
to the low
She's
country.
beautiful. She's sexy. She's got
R.I.P. to
curves.
all we lost.
A woman make other women look at her. So the world goes how the woman goes, and they're destroying the woman right now because
This
the woman
song
is
is
off the
called
ground. Her
Repent.
heels is off the ground.
I'll
If
never
you
release
take
it.
your feet,
This
your
just
heel
for
off the ground,
party
you're
in the living
unbalanced.
room. Love y'all.
So you have no balance no more. You're out of balance. So that's why they're doing all this crazy stuff. And you go to any kind of strip club, they got their hair filled down and they got high heel shoes because there's something controlling their body now, a demon controlling them now.
It's 5D, I used
Used to be 3D, used to want
Demonic.
things, they deceived me.
I told you about demons, shadows, and all this kind of stuff, didn't I?
All you need is a fruit tree to live peachy.
Every fruit that you eat will activate some parts of that DNA.
2022, do you believe me?
We have information that's inside your DNA that's coded.
I wrote this song a long time ago, in 94.
Fruit that you eat will activate some parts.
Did we go vegan or we still order the ribeye? Still slaughtered by demons, news reporters is reaching. Food still poison, can't tell you what I've been eating. I just know I go to work, I'm tired on the weekend. And porn is free and the imagery got us tweaking. She f***ing her friends. It's girls night every weekend, I'm cigarette toting. Our spirits is broken, we looking outside. Our interior loathing, we hoping to change. Run away to get focused, we never do change. We fix it for the moment, we see with our eyes. You see more if you close it, see with your ears. Talk to yourself and watch love ring out. Let love heal you, woman.
I'm out here chasing women now. That temptation, really sexy. I see so many people posting bad bitches on Twitter all day long. The people gone.
I was something unknown, I'm just trying to explain. Every weird flex, concealing the pain.
You will stay a earthbound being.
They letting them rain. They talk to the Lord, I talk to myself. The man with nothing leaves nothing for self. I don't know if speaking on it helps.
Change with the planet and get ready to transition with the planet.
Cast out my demons, you hear him screaming.
What the hell of fire I broke that down with from your two Helios, the sun, solar flares.
He back on his element.
As a higher vibration as the number 13 that I've been pumping and pushing and pimping to you.
Guess all them signs is irrelevant. You see it so much, you throw it up, ingesting it.
From a 666, I'm a beast.
Look at my friends,
Demonic being.
they help me sin. Can I vent? They never around when you redeem and you repent. I'm waiting for them who still look up to the beast. They call it the streets. Either way, that soul gets seized with no receipts. Just album covers and spins you all the way in. A shining star, but it's dim. In fact, it's grim. All that dunking, but you Tim. Julz be here, giving light without a trend.
You transition over to a 616, which is 13. Like a diamond light being, or so-called light being. Or the other people are here with this information like light workers and all this kind of stuff, man. See what I mean?
You hear him screaming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back, man. It's time to pod, especially in these times. Make sure my words are recorded. Serve as testimony that I saw it all before it came to fruition, sort of a premonition, uncontrollable hustler's ambition. My name is Julz Jones. I'm back with StephCutdaCheck. Shout out to Shifty Rogers, our other co-host, Load Management. And we back, man. Go ahead, pod with me, baby.
This is part
rolling
one.
up.
This is part one. We got a couple guests coming through tomorrow that's going to give their
That's a fact.
perspective that's in different cities, experiencing different, you know what I mean, different things going on. So
That's a fact.
this is just part one. Tomorrow we loaded. So stay hanging there with us. We here.
Yes, sir. And my old lady just informed me that they called the National Guard in Virginia Beach. So go figure. You know what I'm saying? I'm safe though, Steph. You know what I mean? I'm over here safe.
Yeah, I'm
safe as I could be under the Lord. You heard?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm in the cut.
So we was back on topic, man. We need to jump right back in. We was talking about a lot of programming. We was talking about what we can do, and I'm interested on your feelings on. So we tried to boycott Gucci, and then that shit just went under the rug. What happened with that? Like, how did it just not go anywhere?
The same way nothing does, bro. What sticks? Who gets canceled? What do we really boycott and not wear and not do anymore, besides if they fall out of trend? Like, what do blacks say something they're going to do and stick to? I mean...
That's such a vague statement, Steph.
I mean, as far as that situation goes, though, like, we threaten to cancel all these celebrities, but yet we still support them. We say we going to cancel Gucci, but instead they crying that the Gucci store is being looted. I mean, like, make up your mind. What side are we on? Like, who's on what side? Like, are we on the fence, or like, what are we doing here? Like, are we boycotting Gucci, or are we sad because the store getting looted? Like, I mean, I feel like these things aren't sticking because they're programmed. They're programmed to Trayvon. They're programmed to Eric Garner. They're programmed to Tamir Rice. They're programmed to this. So it's going to make them mad for a while, and then they're going to go back to their regular lives with the memes, and then it'll be the coronavirus again, and then it'll be another. You know what I mean? Unless this right here gets completely out of hand. I mean, I don't know. It may calm down and end, or we may have something new.
Do black people realize the economic scale, like where we sit on the economic scale of things? Are we aware of that?
No, we're not aware of a lot of things, man. I mean, a lot of people are, but not enough people to where we can become organized and be a well-oiled machine. Like how, if you want to call them the enemy, how the enemy is, they're a well-oiled machine. We could do the same thing, but we're all not on the same page. They seem to be at least on the same chapter. Like, we not, you know what I mean? Like, we not in the same book, seem like.
Well, my uncle gave me some wise words today. He was like, you have to build to destroy.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I mean, you have to destroy to rebuild.
You know what I mean? That's what the earth does. The earth destroys itself and rebuilds itself. Like,
so are we doing that? Are we destroying ourselves? Do we have to be reminded of the horrors of what hatred can do in order to, in some way, appreciate liberty again? And it's not we, but I mean, we all make up America.
We fighting so hard right now. We can't just be scared of what the liberty going to do, because obviously that's not even a factor right now. We need to be scared about what's coming up next, and if you're ready for what's next, because we all been living our lives a certain way, going to school, everything peachy fine, we paying bills, but things about to get different. You want this vaccine? We come into your house, you gotta put a chip in your arm. They might come ask for your guns. They might step at your door and ask, you know what I mean? Anything can happen.
So we living in Germany now. We living in World War II Germany is what you're telling me?
The COVID victims in New York and other places are not given to their families. They're thrown in freezer trucks to be preserved. Like, there's a lot of concentration camps, you know, across the U.S. that's already in set. There's an abundance of graves dug up. And it's been dug up for about a good 5 years now. Like, I mean, this is things you got to know. Like, it's an agenda, and they are going through with it. Like, this is a battle. This is a battle, and we have to wake up as a people, because they have the upper hand, first of all, and they know the battle and know the game, and they're playing their chess pieces. But we are not woke, and none of us are on the same page. They divided us with all these different religions.
So let's speak into existence. Let's say we are now united. Let's start speaking like that, Steph. We are now united. We are now moving. So where do we go from there? Like, what are we gonna do from there? We're united now. We gotta affect things economically, financially. How do we do that?
We do a couple things. We try to peaceful out. We go to council meetings. We go to city meetings. We make rules that work for us.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Come on, bro. I don't think. I'm sorry, Steph.
That's peaceful, right? Or we get.
I don't know.
We get organized, and we. I mean, what we
gotta get our money up. And when I mean that, look, we gotta get aggressive. No
Julz,
more
we're gonna
spending.
Lose that war, bro. If you
no, I'm not talking about fighting. I'm talking about economically making sure we become a powerhouse. Think about this. I want you to imagine this, Steph. Imagine if the top rappers with their abilities actually own the music and the channels. Imagine if Joe Buttons was CNN, Julz was NBC, Okay? Like, imagine this. If instead of we always going through them, we create our channels. Get off Twitter, get on Blitter.
That's a fact. I agree.
Get off Instagram, get on InstaFam. I don't know what it's going to
I
take.
agree, but it's going to take those individuals, you know what I mean, and who got it.
We need the creatives to check in. We need the creatives to create through this. Create. We need the builders to build.
We got to take a source of their power away. Like, they know what they're doing.
We are their power, Steph.
That's what I'm saying. So when we put
workhorse.
ourselves in the front line like that, and we're frustrated, and I get it, but we out there head first, like
no, get out the streets.
Slaughtering us, bro. Like,
get out the streets, Kings, get out the streets. Get out the streets.
This shit is dangerous. A rubber bullet can kill you, man. Like,
it's you gotta get out the streets.
Don't let that name rubber bullet fool you. Like, that shit will end you just like a damn.
We already think about it, y'all. We already everywhere. Think about it. We already everywhere.
But here's my question, Julz. I got a question for you. What we ever did to them people? Is this something that we did? What did we ever do to them people?
You ever heard of black excellence?
I have.
You ever seen a black woman get out the shower?
I have. You think that's where it started? I think it started way before that, bro. They wasn't watching black slaves get out the shower. Like, what did we do to them to have this start from the beginning? Like, we ain't did nothing to them folks.
Well, servitude was
besides history repeating itself.
No, listen, there's always been conquerors, and then listen, there's always been conquerors and servitude and classism.
Fact.
I mean, feudalism came before capitalism. You see what I'm saying? What I'm telling you is the human emotion of jealousy will, one, we have cognitive dissonance. So if you're jealous of someone, you're going to tell yourself why you're better. So the whole notion of a white supremacy, of trying to tell the world and instill in the world that white is supreme, is because it's not. That's the only reason you would go so hard to instill it, because it's not. It's unnatural. It's unnatural, like microwave food.
But isn't it crazy how it's still like we the most hated but most wanted? Like, they play our music at their award show.
But see,
like,
all right, Steph, if you was on the basketball court and you the best player, and then you playing against the other team and they got a good player, you gonna guard the good player because you got to cancel him out. Right. They don't worry about the Asians. They don't worry about the Latin people, and you know what I'm saying? I ain't no disrespect, but they not concerned.
The reason for that,
because they worried about us, bro. Because when they came upon us, they saw irrigation, pyramids, scriptures. They saw writing. They didn't know what the fuck was going on. Thank you.
We got,
and we still like that. Like, black man, look at your hair. Look at my hair, bro. No, we're still that way.
Cocky. That's why we're not being able to organize ourselves, because just like when we were building the pyramids and we were gods before Cleopatra and Alexander fucked things up, we were cocky. Jewelry. Even back then, wearing jewelry.
But don't sleep on the rest of the world seeing what's going on, bro. That's what's happening in 2020, the year of revelation. Everybody else is seeing. This is what we live. But this is what everybody else is seeing now, Steph.
Man, that's what like we used to this. Like, yeah, they just now, you know what I mean? People that are not in certain areas that haven't, you know, gone through that as much. Like, that is something like normal. Like, that is, and that's the crazy part. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolute
he pulled me over the other day because I made a U-turn that was very legal, and he got me out the car and all. You know what I mean?
But we've been living in a militarized state, and that's not just black people. But we live in a state where the people, like, they feed you the illusion of protecting and serving, but these people are meant to protect the policies. They meant to make sure, like, you ever been right and they still like fuck with you.
Of course.
It's like, wait a minute, I'm
time.
in the right. They don't give a fuck. What are you gonna do? So it's about status in America.
Yeah.
So the only way to get your status is to be sovereign, to be diplomatic. So that's why you gotta get out the streets, because you gotta earn your sovereignty. And that means you just gotta be respected. You gotta be respected to where you ain't gotta loot somebody's shit. That's bum shit. I don't care how you cut it.
Yeah.
It's bum shit.
Fact.
You gotta be respected, diplomatic, and then you gotta have the resources. And all of us are each other's resources. We
I know
are.
niggas is frustrated, but those are the same niggas that can't tap into what we can tap into to realize what needs to be done. Those are the ones
I ain't talking to
that are
them.
in the store and
We not talking to them. They leaving behind. Let them go out there and catch rubber bullets to the dick. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking to them, Steph. The ones who checked in with us, they know what's going on. We talking to the Janky Ramblers.
That's a fact.
You dig? So be mindful, black men and black women. You know what I'm saying? All people. You know, if you fighting this fight with us, you gotta be mindful too. You know, you gotta be willing to pledge your life and not be fearing life and death, because life is endless. That's what they don't tell you. Life is infinite. Life is infinite in so many forms, and infinite forms.
Don't even get me started in that bag. You're right. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And on the contrary, I'm actually happy today. You know, me and my girl spent the day in the low country. We went to go see my mom. You know what I'm saying? And I just got to appreciate life. Don't get too wrapped up in this shit, y'all. You have your life to live. And you can spend your life hating and call yourself a universal soldier. And if that's your life path, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I read Gandhi. I'm glad I was enlightened early that you have to, like, give negativity some positivity for balance, at least. You know, and the contrast is white, black. Okay, so you have evil. Well, guess where the good come from? Guess who got the good? Be good. If you asking yourself what to be right now, what to do right now, do good. It'll take care of itself. I'm telling you. You might think I'm too spiritual, Steph. So go ahead. You got the floor.
Spiritual. I'm bro. You got the right one. Like, find something you believe in and follow by that. I'm not going to preach to you and try to convert you into my beliefs, but find something to believe in it, and follow by the guidelines so you can get to wherever it is that it says whatever it is you're supposed to get to where you believe in. If you don't, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. If you don't do your shit, and if you're not doing your research, and you don't know what's going on, like, whenever this time ends, you fuck. Like, believe in something. You won't be afraid of death anymore.
Yeah, it's so fulfilling. It's so fulfilling to know yourself. I'm talking about, don't just know that slavery history. Go back further. Investigate, man. Find out what the essence of you are. Do you know who has the highest levels of power of manifestation? Like the power to manifest things by thinking about it. You know who radiates the most electricity in the body? That would be us. Think about that shit, man. Are you talking about sex trafficking and human trafficking parts and shit like that, B? Why you think that shit is happening? Why you think we be going missing, man? And we over here rapping about dumb shit. We over here being stupid.
Go missing because they got that shit that they need in order to
they take our
upgrade.
It's something in our blood that keep you young,
bro.
And they be taking that shit.
Stem cells, whatever they taking, bro.
Shit. You need to wake the fuck up. I don't even be talking to y'all like this. I'm really not supposed to be talking to y'all like this. But you know, my years of censorship is over. You heard? What I'm saying? My years of censorship is over.
It's just crazy, man. We out here in the streets now, man. I just hope everybody be safe, man. No casualties. Let's just fight back, show me serious, and let's get organized, man. Let's retreat and get organized, man. Like,
just think before you do shit, man. Before you spend $1, before you call a black boy a local rapper, man, or send him up the street for a white man and make millions of dollars off of him, man. Think about that shit. You know, think about how much of us is behind that wall right now that can't protect our mothers and sisters and daughters, dog. And do we have to get caught up in the hype for real?
Right.
Is the glory of the streets worth that shit, bro? I mean,
Right.
it's some shit that's just bigger than you. It's just bigger than you, yo. That you gotta dedicate your life to. You niggas listen to Lil Wayne. You have to dedicate your life to this shit somehow.
You know what I mean? But you gotta dedicate it to something, man. You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta do something, man. Like, we was here for a reason. Like, you gotta be able to tap in and realize why you were here and who, and you know what I mean? How you got here and what is expected of you and what you need to do in order to get done what you need to get done. Because this is just one phase, one journey. We got multiple journeys to take after this. So the journey's depending on what work is being put in here now. Why we think we here.
That's a fact.
1 + 1 = 2. This ain't no big bang, all the shit just big bang and we here. No, man.
You know, I don't even want to talk about music. You know, some shit be mundane. Pop culture. Fuck the pop culture tonight. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Eric Floyd.
Word. I seen all kind of shit. Somebody on Facebook try to say he was an actor. He wasn't really dead. I seen 12 get stole on in Charleston. And man, social media is bananas right now.
I've seen it all, bro.
Social media is bananas right now.
Racing kids, I haven't seen it all, bro.
We living in some crazy times, and I wanted to ask you, because I believe that they kind of program images into like music videos, movies and shit. You remember when we was younger, like high school, all the movies was about like pandemics and riots and deaths. And even Jay-Z Run the Town video was like, they had the mask on already, looked like they had COVID already. You remember that shit?
Man, bro, some people are in the loop and know what's going on and know what the plan is, bro, know what the agenda is. Not everyone is lost. Some people are plugged into those connections, and you talking about the right people.
So what's going on for real? Let's decode this shit. Is this imagery, like how effective is imagery on the human brain, Steph?
100%, man. Because right now, the way they got social media, the strategicness of how they brought out social media, tested it and kept it going and added all these sites, they got people caught up in their day, and they're not even.
And then they banned Farrakhan.
And then they're not, and I'm not gonna get into that. Let's not even touch on Farrakhan. We're gonna skip. I'm gonna deflect past that and keep going.
Okay.
Goddamn, the way they program you with all these social media sites, and it consumes the normal person to where they not even have time to sit down and reflect and think about themselves, think about their life, think about where they're at, meditate and figure out what you need to do next. They're scrolling, and that's what they want you to do. Like they want
your mind to be like so consumed. Where if you get some stillness and some quiet, and that's usually like what you can find in like rural places. That's why people that be disconnected from social media usually be like in the South and shit, right? Like real rural, they ain't up on it. But if you just find that silence, you know what you'll start to hear? Your own voice. That's true.
I did so much self-care last year, bro, that you don't even know, bro. I'm right there with you. And then we need to definitely get that story about your mans that ended up in the hut that you had met at Francis Marion.
Oh, Primo, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, Primo, man. Primo was teaching me about numerology and all that. We were smoking Mad Mid together, you heard?
Yeah, back in the G.
Yes, Oh man, but thank you to all the subscribers because I do see the numbers growing. This don't even feel like we potting right now. This feel like we just having an open conversation, an honest meeting with the creatives. Like we need to creatively figure out how we gonna live for the next 50 years. We need to figure this out for our kids and grandkids.
And we
You know
gonna,
what I'm saying?
it's gonna get a lot worse before it get better, bro. I mean,
Hey, so be it.
you know what I mean? We just gotta persevere and take care of our loved ones and take care of ourselves and fight through that shit, man. Whatever comes next, you know what I mean? Like,
So shout out to our viewer listenership. Shout out to our YouTube viewership. I'm trying to get the Joe Budden shit. Shout out to our YouTube viewership. Shout out to our first time listeners, our last time listeners. Shout out to you if you're listening to our playback on the way to work. And you furious right now and you ready to say fuck them. You know what I mean? If you happen to say fuck them, we're hiring. You heard? Call us. You heard? You know what I'm saying? We for the culture. You heard?
we got part 2 coming up tomorrow.
Part 2 tomorrow.
A few guests coming up to speak their dialogue in their regions. And, we're going to keep it going. This is episode 7, man. We got a full week ahead.
Yep. I enjoyed this conversation thoroughly, brother. So appreciate you for giving us your time and platform once again. I'm signing out as Julz Jones. If you like this podcast, make sure you press like. Make sure you share it with a friend. Especially, we need to start passing this information around and making sure it's prevalent in our communities. And build. Let's build. Don't be scared. Be black. Be beautiful. Be good. Peace, yo.
All right, StephCutdaCheck. Yo, signing out. Be safe, brother.
You too, brother.